Go, go and get it, go and get it, go and get it, go. Go and get it, go and get it, go and get it, go.
Yan. Right now, I am now audible. Yes. Kanina nakamute ako. Okay? So, again, welcome to this session for getting started learning Adobe Express. I'm excited to be part of this monthly webinar that we have been conducting in the past few months. And right now, we're going to put focus on how can we use Adobe Express for us to create lots and lots of social media content for web pages, and also if you want to create video, you can easily do so with Adobe Express. Okay, it's a very special live webinar because right now I'm wearing my Adobe Express powered shirt, as you would see here. Okay, so let's move forward on this. I'm just going to add my presentation on which I would also would like to focus more on the actual content. Good afternoon to all of our attendees. Yan, Christian Cañete, good afternoon, good PM. Okay, thank you for being here in this session. And also, if you are listening right now, if you want to put some shout outs, if, yan. Yes, oo, kanina nakamute. Okay na, okay na. Loud and clear, I think I'm loud and clear right now. Okay, so again, my name is Roland Banyas. I'm the training director, co-founder of Creative Nation Academy. Just for context, para po kilala nyo rin kung sino yung, sino yung nagsasalita sa inyong harapan ngayon right now. And I've been doing sessions like this throughout since the early days of pandemic. Okay, and what I'm trying to share to you right now in this session is about how can you use Adobe Express if you're not using Adobe Express as of the moment. You will learn a lot of things in this session. I'm going to provide you lots and lots of demonstrations, and if you have questions, ilagay nyo lang po sa ating comment box, sa ating chat box. Okay? So, I've been doing road shows, education road shows, since 2015. So these are some of the things that I've been conducting throughout the years and even a decade right now. I have been also a resource speaker for a lot of government initiated webinars, as you would see here, from DICT to Radio Pilipinas. We have helped around 5,000 plus of our fellow Filipinos to upskill themselves by using Adobe tools. And also with the Department of Education, we have onboarded around 35,000 plus people and certified 10,000 plus in the process of being an Adobe Creative Educator. If you're also in TikTok, I have a channel there or a page in TikTok. You can definitely see some of the contents that I have been I've been supplying or producing throughout the years. Mostly covering Adobe apps, creativity, and productivity. If you're watching this on our YouTube channel, I'm very thankful that you are here para po sa inyong suporta. Maraming maraming salamat po. And another thing is that I wrote a book about Adobe Firefly, which is which is the next topic for next month, which is Adobe Firefly. Kindly check it out. I'm going to post it in the following weeks after, um, especially around June. I'm going to post the live webinar on how to use Adobe Firefly together with the same format that we are doing right now. Okay? So let's get started learning Adobe Express. Ano bang meron dito sa Adobe Express? What kinds of things can you accomplish in Adobe Express? I'm just going to walk you through a lot of them in this presentation. I won't give you so much jargon, so much slides, but I would like to be guided also with you of our uh, watchers right now. If you have questions, kindly put it on our chat box. If you have like workflows that you want to be addressed using Adobe Express, that would be great. Okay? So this is the promise of Adobe Express. Anyone can make anything amazing using Adobe Express. You can create stunning social graphics, you can create flyers, logos, and it's even available for mobile and web. Uh, you can use it on your tablet, you can use it on your smartphone. So it's an easy access to everything that you want to do inside of Adobe Express. So right now, um, we're going to have some of the following. As you would see, you can start from almost any time from scratch. You can also use some templates in the process if you want. And it makes our design much more faster because we have what we call branding. You can set up brandings inside of Adobe Express on which you can set up lots and lots of designs already that you want to put in your layout. For example, if you want to put the actual colors that you want to use, you can definitely do so. You can add your logos, the images that you want. You can easily do so in that. And also all the support you need because right now we have a built-in community of creators that help each other to enable you to learn a lot of the updates. Especially right now, there's a lot of updates inside of Adobe Express, and it keeps on getting better each month because there is a lot of updates that's coming. And together with that, we can work better because in Adobe Express you can easily add a colleague or a fellow designer. You can do a lot of designs in real time. We call it real time collaboration. You can have lots and lots of designers doing the layout automatically in one canvas. So that's one great thing about Adobe Express. All the features you need to create stunning content in no time because there's a lot of templates that's of assets that you can access and also Adobe stock within Adobe Express. Okay, again, templates, pro effects. You can easily remove background, create collages, mood boards, grids. You can easily do so. You can do generative resize. I'm going to create a demonstration on that later on. Quick videos such as trimming, cropping, resizing, and even converting it to other formats that you can use for your daily activities such as social media content. There are also a lot of text features and also what we call text recommendations because sometimes kapag pagod na kayo create ng designs, you can also check on text recommendations. You can easily apply your brand because it provides you consistent workflow in the process. We have what we call graphic groups, branded shareable templates on which if you have decided to create your own template for your, let's say, company organization, you can easily share that as a template for all of your collaborators to access. Rather than always recreating, you can easily create a template on your own. Okay, we also have new dynamic animations and PDF actions or quick actions within the platform that will enable you not to install any special program, and just using the browser you can do a lot of what we call quick actions. Okay, we also have the all important content scheduler, because when you create a design and when you're managing a brand, you want to schedule a specific post on a timely manner. For example, I have like a campaign that I'm running right now. I want this on a specific time and date. You can easily do so within Adobe Express. Okay, and lots of things. I'm going to provide you a demonstration right now, because let's do a demonstration. I'm just going to share my screen and open my this one. Where is my other screen? Which is this one. Okay, I hope you can see it right now. This one is, I'm just going to minimize my layout here and make myself smaller here. Yeah. Okay. So we are now inside the Adobe Express. I'm going to provide you a demonstration how does it work. But before that, you need to log on using your Adobe account or Adobe ID. You can easily do so by clicking on your top right portion of the screen. You click on that, you can easily log in using your Adobe ID. If you haven't got it, it's free. It's very accessible. You just have to sign in using, for example, your Google Mail, I forgot, Apple ID, and also even your Facebook account. You can easily convert that and connect it using your Adobe ID. So that's one thing that is very important. You need to log in using your Adobe ID. So right now, we already logged in using my Adobe ID. And inside this website, we have lots and lots of things that you can easily create. For example, you can easily start from your content. In my example, if I want to create a design based from a photo that I have, let's say I'm just going to provide you a demonstration. Let's click on Start from Content. Let's click on that. And after this, I can easily search for a picture that I have because I want to create a poster based from that. For example, this one. I can easily click Upload. And as you would see, based from the photo, it will provide you some templates that would fit on the actual photo that you have uploaded. For example, as you would see here. That's how easy it is for you to start like ideation, probably create a design in the process. So we have filters, as you would see here, if you want to create like minimal ones here. If you want to change the canvas size, you can easily do so. Let's click on more sizes. You would see here, they have a lot of preset sizes that you can easily use. Or click on custom size, you can easily type it here. For example, if you want, you can easily do like a 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. Or right now, I think the limit is 6,000. If I'm going to correct myself. I think it's 6,000 by 6,000. For example, I can easily create something like that. If I click create new file, this one would vanish and then it will create another file based from that. But I'm not going to do that right now. As you would see here, I can easily like select one design. For example, this one. Or probably this one. I can easily do so. Let's say I want to create something like this. Okay, let's click on this. And easily, you have created a project inside of Adobe Express that will enable you to edit all of those templates or all the suggestion of the template itself. Let's wait for a little bit. I'm streaming and then doing the activities, so probably it would take a little bit of time. Not that fast because my internet connection is a little bit slow. As you would see, as easy as that, you can easily create this type of template design based from that suggestion. So that is what we call the start from content. So I created that. I can easily create more if I wanted to. I'm just going to click on this template and another will sprung up from a new tab, creating that template based from that suggestion. Okay, let's close on that because I want to give you a in-depth look on how to use Adobe Express. So right now, we started from content that I have. But the great thing is you can also use other files that you have. For example, if you have a PDF file or a PowerPoint file or a Photoshop or InDesign or even InDesign file, you can easily import that file inside of Adobe Express, which is amazing because you don't need to recreate everything for it to be accessible in Adobe Express. For example, how can I access that? Let's click on the plus button here. Let's click on the plus button and you would see that if you click this small button here, I think you cannot see it right now, but just going to switch my view here. There's a button here. For example, this is the import from other apps. I'm just going to zoom in for all of you to see. Import from other apps. So if you click that button, this will enable you to import from various sources, such as this, as you would see. Or if you want, you can easily drag and drop it here. I have a file that I can easily access right now. Let's say I'm just going to open Finder here on my computer. So I can just search for any, let's say, PowerPoint file or PDF file. I can easily do so. Just for the sake of demonstration, I'm going to access a PDF file and then I'm going to import it inside of Adobe Express. And you would see how the conversion would happen. Okay, for example, I have this PDF file. I can easily drag and drop it here. So this one is PDF. It will be uploading and it will also be converted into an Adobe Express project. That easy. Okay, this one is 6 pages. This is a document I got from the Adobe Creative Campus program, and as you would see, it's already been converting all of this into. Okay, so you can also again use. Let's click on open. So you would see it right now. How did the PDF has been converted into an Express file? I'm just going to close this first file that I have right now and let's focus on the PDF itself. Okay, let's wait for a little bit. If you want to ask something, for example, what types of file format does it support? You can easily support almost every Adobe print file inside of this, as you would see here. Okay, so it's converting also the text that was inside of the file, and you can easily edit that. For example, as you would see here, I can easily click on this and edit this. Okay, so that's it. You already have access to the PDF. You can easily edit this. Okay, so going forward, let's go back here on the home page. So that's how easy it is for you to import your files. Let's go back here to the home page, and if you click the actual logo of Adobe Express on the left, top left position of the web browser, to click on that, this will enable you to again access. Let's check the other apps that you can import. For example, you can import popular apps such as the following. So you would see here, you can also import your PowerPoint files. If you're an educator, a presenter, you can easily, or a technical presentation, technical presenter, you can easily just drag and drop it inside of Adobe Express, and it will be converted into an Express file. So you would see here, Adobe Acrobat, Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, and lots of other apps that you can access. Just drag and drop it here, especially if it's PDF, you can easily do so. Okay, you don't need to rework to do a lot of uh, manual labor and just importing all of this. It's automatically being done to you. Okay, so let's explore some of the things that you can also do in Express, which is you can use generative AI inside of Adobe Express for you to create the following. Let's click on Generate with AI. You can generate an image. You can remove an image. For example, if you want to edit a specific part of a photo that you want to remove, you can want to add. You can also generate a template if you want. For example, let's try to do this. Let's click on Generate Template here. And this will enable you to create a design, a layout inside of Adobe Express by just typing in a specific prompt. For example, if I want, I can easily select a target output, which is, for example, I want to create a flyer. Okay. Or probably I would like to create a card. In this example, I would like to type in, say, a birthday card, the card with for a 4-year-old. Let's put some cake with unicorn and sparkles, for example. Okay, I can easily do so and click on generate. And as you would see, using the AI done responsibly inside of Adobe Firefly. By the way, it doesn't train on your existing images. All of the training data from Firefly is based from Adobe stock, which is owned by Adobe itself. And also, as you would see here, you can easily create like designs on the fly. For example, I can easily click on generate more results. And again, it will enable you to create variations. If you want to also ideate on specific looks or layout, you can easily do so. Especially if you're doing lots of designs throughout the day, and then as humans, yeah. For example, let's click on this. Let's say I like this one, but if you want, you can easily create variations from this. Let's click See Variations. What it does is, if you click on See Variations, it will enable you to lock in the specific layout, the colors, the styles, but it will generate you lots and lots of variations, as you would see here. Okay, so for example, I want to use this one, or this one. I would prefer this one. Let's click on that, and what will it do? It will open the actual template itself, fully editable for you to customize. Let's say you don't like the actual word that was put there, you want to add more elements, you can easily do so inside of generate layout. Okay, let's just wait for this to load for us to create and explore some of the things that you can do inside of Adobe Express. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to explore together with all of you some of the buttons here in the interface. As you would see, we have like brands. You can easily upload your files. You can also access the templates. If I click on that, this will enable me to access more of the templates that it's inside of Adobe Express. As you would see here, this is also based from the loaded project. You would see we have popular templates. Question from Sir Christian: can it generate a map image? Set details or image of prominent people like Pope. We can try, but the thing is, if this is an actual person, Adobe has set a guideline on on what specific words can be permitted inside of the generated image. Specifically, pag living yung person or uh, someone who's very prominent, hindi nila nilalagay yun sa loob ng ano ng Adobe Express. There are what we call safety guardrails that will prevent you to do that, because again, it's also safe for education use and also for creative use because it's commercially safe. Okay, so I hope I answered that question. You can try, but I think there would be some guidelines or some inaccuracy in the process because we place some guardrails para hindi siya ma-abuse. May mga ganyang type eh. Okay? So that's how responsible Adobe Firefly and Adobe itself on creating these types of technologies. Okay. We can try later. I can easily type it here. For example, if you want, I can create another page based from this. For example, I can click on add page here because right now you can do multiple pages on a project. Let's say if I'm on this layout and I want to create a image based from the prompt, for example, how can I do that? Let's go to media, and this will enable you to generate the image itself from a blank canvas. Okay, let's click on generate image, and let's make this as portrait because we have a portrait design here. Let's click on portrait, and after I did that, I can easily create, for example, let's say based from the prompt that you said, Christian. Again, thank you for being here. Generate a tourist destination like Mountain Fuji. Okay, let's try this. A scenic background with tourists in Mount Fuji. For example, let's try to do that. We can easily click on generate, for example, or you can use some of the styles that's inside of this. Let's just try to click on generate here. And let's see how does the actual generate image is working in the background right now. So I can easily like make this bigger. Let's wait for the, okay, done. Something like this. We have 4 variations that you can easily do. Okay, for example, I can easily do this. Yan. Let's just wait for a little bit. Medyo na siya, nagbabagal siya. Okay. Or, as you see here, and I'm just going to zoom in. If you want, you can easily edit this and create more like tourists here. For example, let's click on that. I'm just going to close it here to end the session. Bigatin yan. And then if I want, I can insert objects. For example, I click on insert object. I can easily like brush here. Let's say make this brush bigger. Make the brush bigger here. I can easily add more person here. I can easily brush one here. Yan. Nagdag pa tayo ng isa dito. A female tourist with yellow backpack looking towards the side. Something like that. Let's click on insert. And this one is using generative fill inside of Adobe Firefly. So I just brush on something. Let's try to check if this would give us an accurate design or fill. Sabi nga nila, generative fill. Because we want to add more tourists in the process. Hi, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the comments, Sir Christian. I hope this would work. Hoping. Because I think masyado maliit yung brush na nilagay ko. I'm not sure if this would work flawlessly. Let's just zoom in here. Let's try to check. Okay. uh, the problem is my selection. So probably that's my bad. If I just put some more brush here, oh yeah, probably it's a little bit more accurate, but the perspective is not good. As you would see here. But based from the prompt that I have supplied, nakalagay dyan, yellow backpack. Tama yung ginawa niya. Okay? Yan. Mali lang yung selection ko. So, you still need to have some sense of perspective and also some sense of sizing, like the fundamentals of how you would size this. I can easily discard this or make this, let's click on close. Okay? Yan. So that's how you can use generative features inside of this. You can easily remove the background, erase something, or remove an object inside of this by doing so. Okay? So let's move on to the first page on which we can easily use some of the basic functions of Adobe Express, as you would see here. So we touch on media. We have seen the templates. How does it? Okay. Question from Sir Joseph. Thank you for being here. So, sir, Adobe Express actually deserves its name because para siyang app that comprises. Yes, yes. As you would see here, see, I knew you, Sir Joseph. Okay. As you would see, thank you for being here. I really appreciate. As you would see here, some of the some of the things inside of Adobe Express is nakalagay, may lumalabas sa ibaba na powered by Photoshop, powered by Premiere. So as you would see, meron talaga silang nakalagay na branding on each one. As you would see here, nandito tayo sa media. If you want, like when we click on a specific object, let's say this one, let's say the picture itself, I forgot if they still have what we call like powered by Photoshop. Way back before, meron nakalagay noon powered by Photoshop. But right now, hindi na sila lumalabas. It's probably a decision made by Let's check mamaya. Tingnan natin. Okay. So, let's move on. As you would see dito sa media, thank you for that comment, Sir Joseph. So, you have access to like thousands and thousands of even millions of photos inside the Adobe stock here. Nandito sila lahat, di ba? Sobrang dami. You can easily search the photos. You can generate an image. You can upload from your own device. If you have files, if you have photos, you can easily upload it. If you have videos, you can easily do so. And it's much more intelligent, as you would see here. Tingnan nyo, nag-suggest siya ng cake. Ideas based from your file. Pansin nyo? It's intelligent, and you would see meron siya nakitang cake dito na detect niya. Videos, let's go back here. And right now, the new feature inside of Adobe Express, you can easily record yourself. Diba? Pwede kayong mag-record dito ng habang nagsasalita kayo, pwede nyo siyang gawin. Okay? Yan. Then the next one will be audio. You have access to the following. Let's click on audio. You have sound effects and also background music that you can use. Yan, dito. Sobrang dami. It's also available for you to use. At wala pong habol sa inyo kasi si Adobe na nag-cover niyan. So, under Adobe stock yan. So, pwede nyo siya magamit. Okay? So, that's for the media. And if you go to text, let's click on text. You can easily add your own text. Let's click on add your text here. Let's click on that. And then you would see, I'm just going to zoom in and fit this. Zoom in ko lang ha, para kita nyo mabuti. Yan, kita nyo, di ba? We have the following text. You can easily move it. Meron siyang indicator dito. Diba? For example, happy 4th birthday. Diba? Ay, mali spelling ko. Kailang. Nagkakamali tayo. Tao lang nagkakamali. As you would see here, I can easily make this bigger, or you can easily use what we call font recommendations. Okay, you can easily click on view all and it will enable you to use AI and give you suggestions kung ano magandang font yung pwede nyo magamit. Medyo mabagal lang na konti, pero you get the idea. When you're using this already without any lag in the process, you will get a proper, much more appreciation on this. Okay? You have access to Adobe fonts. As you would see here, marami kayong pwede magamit dito. And even upload your own font that you have on your system. Kung magtataka kayo, meron kayo nakikita ditong plus na merong crown. It means it requires access to premium of the Adobe Express. Meron pong subscription on Adobe Express. Just for Adobe Express, you can easily do so. And we have what we call the styles, or for example, text layout. I can easily do so. I can make this as a circle if you want. Pwede natin gawin yan. Diba? You can make this as an arc, a bow, a bow. Sabi nga nila, pwede you can easily do so. So we'll see here. Diba? And the great thing here is I want to provide you a demonstration on something that is fairly unique inside of Adobe Express. Let's click on same size here. And what I can do right now is, if I create a text, I'm just going to focus on creating text right now. Because alam nyo, I'm favorite na favorite ko ang pagdi-discuss ng fonts or typography. There are a lot of pre-made text templates that you can easily drag and drop here. Nakita nyo? I just drag and drop it here. Nakita nyo, ang ganda ng pagkaka-create ng pinaka group assets na to, di ba? Ang dami nilang group assets dito. And you can easily use them, as you would see here. Yan, di ba? Ang dami. Lalo-lalo ngayong Easter, no? Happy Easter. Yan, meron tayo dito. Okay? Lots and lots of things that you can easily use. And if you want, you can also use what we call text effects. It's powered by, again, Adobe Firefly. And I'm just going to close this. I'm just going to delete this first muna. Delete ko na lang muna. I just want to provide you this feature called Generate Text Effects. And by the way, this is also covered in my book, na Extending Creativity Using Adobe Firefly. So for example, this one. Let's click on the following. Let's click on the P here. And I can easily prompt a specific text effect in that matter. For example, this one, diba? I can use this and you would see that this will yan, hintay lang natin mag-effect siya. This using your Adobe Firefly, and in the process it will create text effects. Diba? Para saan to? You can easily create display type, display text in your design or layouts. Just type in what it should look like using the prompt. Diba? This example, soft pink peony petals. You can easily do so. Or pwedeng hindi peony, pwedeng rose petals. You can easily do so. Okay? Let's just wait for a little bit. Medyo mabagal yung internet connection ko right now. But I think you get the idea. It will easily create something like this. Something like this, you know, ito. Something like this. Magagawa siya ng ganitong klase ng text effects. Okay? That's how you can use text effects. Okay. So, before I forgot, you can easily use what we call text overflow. Ganito siya. Tingnan nyo mabuti. I just want to provide you a demonstration on this because this is something na hindi nagagawa sa ibang design apps. So, I'm just going to close this. Hintay lang natin yan. Lalabas yan. Hintay kayo dyan. Ito lang. So, what I can do right now is this. I can create a text. Create ako ng text. And then, like, ayaw niya lumabas. Wait lang. I'm just going to cancel this. Okay? Nakaselect pa kasi ako dun sa pinaka-text. So right now, what I can do is use the text overflow and makulit siya. Ayaw ng ano. Sige na, text ulit. Let's go back here. Ayaw niya. Add your text. And for example, I can just copy and paste something. Let's say I have a post here. Let's say, what type of, this one. I'm just going to copy and paste something from a file that I have here. Let's say, it's a promotion for an event that I'm going to run. Wait lang po. Yan. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Ayan, lumabas na, nawala siya uli. Ang bagal. Okay. Probably I should upgrade my system into an M4. M4 chip. Sige. I'm just going to copy and paste this. Ayan, sample like this one. And then paste it here. Tingnan nyo mabuti ha. I can easily paste it here. Lumalabas pa kasi yung ano, yung text effects. I think I should just delete this because it eats up a lot of my bandwidth. Oops. And my browser is a little bit and I'm back. Ayan. So something has been happening on my stream right now. Share screen again on my tab. And as you would see, without this one. Okay. Ayan. We're back. I can easily just type it here. Let's say I can type in the text that I have copied. And yeah, nawala yung live. Yes, nawala yung live. I think I'm on already. Okay. So right now, I can easily resize this and move this. For example, I want to move this here. Okay? Yeah. I hope it's already okay on your end. Okay na? Yeah. Okay. So to provide you this, ayan, we have what we call text flow. Ano nagagawa nito? Let's click on text flow. And what you can do here is that I can easily create what we call a text flow box here. Diba? Tingnan nyo, ano nangyari? If I resize this, if I make this shorter, ano tingnan nyo kung nangyari? It's also similar to how InDesign works, like threaded text. Diba? Threaded text inside of InDesign. You can easily do so inside of Adobe Express right now. You know, diba? You can make lots and lots of great designs by just doing so. Okay? So that is text flow inside of Adobe Express. Okay? Yeah. Let's go back here. And let's go to our elements. So in our design right now, we have demonstrated the text effects. Ayan, lumabas na siya. Lumabas na yung text effects natin. Diba? And also the text flow. Let's check on elements. So what does elements do inside of Adobe Express? You can easily add design assets, backgrounds, icons, shapes as easy as just drag and dropping. For example, let's go to backgrounds. You can easily create backgrounds. You just have to type it here. For example, floral, or let's say white. Let's go to white background. So for example, I can easily type it here, and then you just have to drag and drop it here. Whoop. Ganun siya kahirap. Meron na tayo agad na ganong background. Nakita nyo, napansin nyo agad? You just have to drag and drop it from the actual background, and that's how easy it is for you to use. Okay, that's one thing. Shapes, you can easily use shapes. As you would see here, wala siyang nahanap na na shapes. But right now, I can easily like check on some of the shapes here. There's a lot of shapes. Diba? Kita nyo, ang dami dito. Yan. So I can just drag and drop it here. You can easily create and utilize some of the shapes here. The shapes itself, you can modify. For example, if you want to change the fill, let's make this orange. If you want to have like custom settings or custom colors, you can easily do so. If you want to customize the border style, you can easily also do that here. Diba? Meron tayong mga klase ng border style, random dot. Yeah, pwede nyo magamit yan using the shapes. If I want, I can easily make the border thick. Diba? Medyo kapalan natin yung border, as you would see here. Or let's change to other types of border style. Let's say something like this. Diba? Pwede nyo gawin yan using shapes. Another thing is that you can also control some of them, their properties, by just clicking on the element itself, and then you would see their additional properties. For example, positioning, opacity, you can easily do so. Meron siya ditong opacity, blending modes, meron siya dito. Okay? And even animations, you can easily do so inside of Adobe Express. Let's say this one, let's say I can make this larger, and then make the opacity like very small. For example, let's make this like a background in this. And then we have like a layer structure here. You can just drag and drop it to make it, or you can just right click on it. Right click natin, you can make this send to bring to front or bring backward. Nasa back na pala siya, so it's already done. Okay. Let's go here sa ating what's next. You can go to our design assets, which is a group type of design. As you would see, there's a lot of them here. What's different? What's the difference between this and the other types of elements is that this one is you have access to what we call graphic groups. You know, kita nyo, graphic groups, you can easily do so. And even advanced ones such as textures, overlays, illustrations, elements, and brushes. Ito sila, ang dami. Even analyzes from the file itself. You know, rainbow, color palette, nagbibigay siya. Makikita niya kung ano yung laman ng pinaka-files niyo. For example, let's click on graphic groups. Let's click on view all. And if I click on that, it will let me check on some of the graphic groups. For example, this one. I can easily just drag and drop it here. Done. You already have something like this. Okay? You can easily swap the photo inside of that. Ganun kadali. Diba? And together with the elements that is already present in the process. Ang dami niyang meron siyang six elements inside of this. Diba? This is a group asset, as you would see here. Kaya may ungroup dun sa taas. Okay. And also, let's go back here. So that is elements. You have lots and lots of access to this. Effects, animations. Oh, wala. I clicked the wrong button. This example, let's just close this. But if you have something like this na biglang nag-close o biglang napindot yung back button, automatically, this is accessible. Nandito siya, oh. Yan nyo, nandito siya. This is auto-save, so hindi kayo mag-aalala na biglang mawala yung ginawa nyo kanina. So let's just wait for this to open. As you would see, this is just the design aspect of Adobe Express. We haven't touched what we call the web design and also video editing. I think we're going to have a master class on that in the following day, because Adobe Express on itself is a big application. Sobrang dami nyo nang pwede magawa inside of Adobe Express, right? Okay? If you would go to my YouTube channel, you would see a lot of episodes that I have covered modularly. For example, some of the small portions of the Express environment, let's say quick actions, add-ons. There's a lot of things that you can easily check because it's very modular. Okay, let's wait for this to process. Okay, ayan, naglo-load pa siya. Medyo mabagal lang talaga yung internet connection ko. Okay, the next thing is that let's check on. I may be required to just minimize my camera because I think it's eating a lot of my bandwidth for the moment. I'm just going to stop my camera right now. Yeah. Para bumilis yung ano natin, yung interaction natin. As you would see here, I'm now on page 1. I can easily add a new page here, same size, because I want to demonstrate other features. Di ba may content protection features sa Adobe? Yes, as you create the following assets inside of Adobe, meron siyang paraan to point it out inside of Adobe stock. So you can easily verify that this photo is from this one, and from this one you can easily point it out. And the content protection is another topic that we will be having in the future episodes. It's called Authenticity Initiative. Check that out. I'm going to create a separate session on that. So it's a system that was created to protect designers in the process. Okay? Yan po. Yan. So let's move on to this. We have what we call charts and grids. So if you are creating designs with like charts, you can easily do so. As you would see, yan. Ito mga na-create na charts dito, it's easily accessible and easily editable, as you would see here. For example, I want to change this color, you can easily do so. Yan, pwede natin palitan yung color nito. Diba? And to rename that item, nandito sila, diba? Let's say fruits, apples, orange, if I can spell right, diba? Melons, you can easily do so. Okay, I'm just going to zoom in to the actual graph here. Let's go and zoom to fit selection. As you would see, yan, bago siya, di ba? So, you can create pie charts, you can create tables, and you could also create grids. Yan, di ba? So, one practical use of Adobe Express for you to create what we call mood boards is you can easily create grids. I'm just going to delete this one. Delete ko na lang muna siya. And what I can do right now is use the media tab here, or media button. I can easily add what we call photos inside of this design. Let's click on photos here. Add this. Let's click on view all. And then possibly I want to create something like a mood board for a project that I'm creating right now. Let's say click on this. Let's say any photo that I want. For example, let's focus on wellness. Let's click on view all. And then I'm going to delete some of those things na hindi tama. As of the moment, let's click on delete. Select them and then click on delete. Let's go back here sa ating media. And then let's click on this one, this one, this one, and this one, and this one, this one, and this one. So I have lots and lots of photos loaded inside of my canvas. Yes, we have what we call the opt-out. It's another topic. I think I have a video of that in my Facebook account, so you can definitely check it out. So what I'm going to do right now is I have selected all of them, and then you can easily create a collage based from that. Let's click on create collage, and what does it anong ginawa niya sa ating mga photos? It enabled me to create a grid on which I can easily space this out, and I think it's still loading as of the moment. So let's see here. Yan. Pwede tayong gumawa agad ng mood boards, or you can create a grid structure together with this. Ayan. Medyo mabagal ang internet connection ko. I want to apologize on that. Yan, medyo mabagal ang internet connection ko. I think you get the idea. All of the photos that I have selected will be rendered here for you to use. And if you want, you can easily select one of them and just drag and drop. For example, I didn't like that. I can easily just drag and drop it here. Say this one. This will automatically be replaced. Ganun siya kadali. Tingnan lang natin. Yan. This will be replaced. So magbabago yan. Hindi nga lang siya nag-render na maayos because mabagal yung internet connection ito. Okay, let's go back here sa ating first page. And then I'm going to show you how to use what we call generative resize. So generative resize allows me to repurpose a content. For example, this one is portrait. I can make this landscape. I can make this in various sizes, various target formats. Yes, it's Mondrian layout. Parang naalala ko yan Mondrian layout Parang ginawa ko ng session yan Okay. Yan. So as you would see here, you can easily resize this by using this button. Let's click on resize pages or resize page. And what it can do right now is you have to take note of this. There is what we call an expand image here. And for example, I want this to be let's say, what's this size? A YouTube thumbnail. For example, I want to create a YouTube thumbnail based on this. Let's click on that. And if I click on duplicate and resize, what happens is that if I click on that, it will use what we call the generative resize, and it will fill the other portions that is not accessible when I created the page itself. When I created the layout itself. Okay, so it will magically generate the layers or the actual images that would be required for this to be a YouTube thumbnail. So, ganun kaganda yung generative resize. Okay, let's just wait for a little bit because I think, yeah, my internet connection is a little bit slow. And then our next topic would be how can I download this? What types of options is available for me to finalize the actual image? Okay. Again, my internet connection is a little bit jumpy right now. Gusto na niyang magbakasyon. Gusto na rin magbakasyon ng aking internet connection. Okay, let's go back here. I think my internet connection is playing tricks on me right now. I'm going to check. Speed this. Let's check for my connection speed right now. And I don't know why it doesn't behave as fast as possible. Okay. Right now. Okay, let's go back here. And I'm just going to load an existing project that I have right now for us to demonstrate and move forward in this workshop. Let's click on leave here. because it takes a lot of time, as you would see. Yeah, I'm just going to open any file that I have right now. For example, this one. Let's go back here to this design. Are the final outputs in Adobe Express high res like 300 dpi, let's say, for fire? Yes. Um, if you are going to resize this, for example, if you started the design in the preset of print, it will give you a high quality. But if you're going to start it for social media, by default, it's 72. 72 siya talaga by default. Pero for best practice, you should select a preset that is intended for print. So nakita nyo kanina, when you create a file inside of a project inside of Adobe Express, if you are going to use it for print, select a print preset para maging mataas yung kanyang resolution and quality at the first instance. Okay, wait lang. Ang bagal talaga ng internet connection ko. And it doesn't load that properly. Okay. So what are the file formats that you can use inside of Adobe Express? You can use, see, let's go back here. You can export this for PNG, JPEG, PDF, and even MP4. Yun yung pwede nyo ma-export upon use of, yan, tayo natin, mabagal talaga internet connection ko, ganun talaga ang buhay. Sabi nga nila, ganun ang buhay. So let's go back here, present, and let's check on our slides. Kasi medyo mabagal na talaga siya. I think it's really hurting the system right now. It's not the actual computer that's the problem. I think it's the internet connection that I have right now. So yeah. If you have questions, feel free to type it in on our chat window. I'll be glad to answer those questions. Let's go back to here. To stage. I'm just going to remove this. Click add to stage. Okay. Let's go back here. Let's go to download. And then you'd see there's a lot of options here. JPEG, PDF, PDF, print. But if you put animation on this, paano nyo ma-enable yung animation, yung MP4? If you go here and click on asset and go to animation, let's say go to wobble. Ginawa natin yung wobble here. And let's click on the name. For example, name ko daw yan. Let's click on that. And then you go to animation, let's say Flickr or typewriter. Let's click on something like this. Let's go back to the photo. Let's click on wobble. Meron na pala siya. Hindi ko lang sure bakit gano'n. So bungee na lang, bungee. Okay. So when you put animation inside of your design in Adobe Express, if you click on download, this will enable you to access the file format of MP4 if you want to download this already. Pwede ba ako mag-upload ng image at ipa-upscale sa Adobe para luminaw, tumaas ang resolution? As of the moment, wala pa. Well, but there's a possibility. I don't know. There's a possibility. You can easily do so. I think, let's go back here. Tingnan natin dito sa ano. Let's go back to the main window, Adobe Express. If you go to explore quick actions, I think, where is the photo here? Resize image, yeah, possibly. Ito bago to eh. I cannot divulge any information in the process, but as of the moment, it's not available for upscaling. Okay. Okay. So let's go back here. So that's how you can use Adobe Express. Right now, you have lots and lots of options. You can create clips in the process. Ito nakakatuwa to, clip maker. If you have a video, you can easily create like small sections of your reels. You can easily do so inside of Adobe Express. You just have to drag and drop the video here. You can easily create like these types of things inside of Adobe Express. It will use AI and then will create segments of the long form video, and then it will enable you to download specific portions of that video and make it as a reels. Meron siyang clipping. Okay? Yeah. Question. May logo design ako, pwede ko ba mag-upload ng isang image ng logo and ng image ng model tapos gawing mock-up silagay sa t-shirt ng modelo? It's possible kasi meron po dito sa loob ng Adobe Express. If you go back here, parang alam ko saan ginagawa yan. Parang alam ko mas mabilis yan doon, pero the thing is, it's fully automatic, di ba? Pero dito sa Adobe Express, we have those types of things. You have mock-ups that you can use and then put the logo inside of that. Pwede nyo gawin yan sa loob ng Adobe Express. Okay? Alam ko yan eh. Alam ko yung sinasabi nyo na may logo, tapos image ng model, tapos lalagyan ng mock-up, lalagyan sa t-shirt, tapos ito-type mo lang. Alam ko yan. Alam ko yung galaw nyo. Pwede nyo rin gawin yan sa Express. Hindi siya automatic, hindi siya ganun kabilis, pero again, it will enable you to have what we call the human touch on it. Gagawin nyo siya. Okay? Yan, let's go back here. Let's go and click on download. Let's click on JPEG. You can easily do so. Download the JPEG file size here. And then it will gather the data, optimize, and download it for yourself. And you will see, I already download this. And I can easily double click on it and open on my computer. Diyan na siya. Dito siya. Ayan. So, kita nyo, mataas naman yung quality nung create natin kanina. Di ba? Huwag nyo na lang tignan yung picture ko, yung ano na lang. yung design na lang na-create niya. Okay? You got the idea. Ayan. So, download natin, gano'ng kabilis. And if you want, you can easily also download the MP4 version of this, yung pinaka-video. Let's click on that. Video resolution up to 4K, kaya niyang gawin. Pero in my case, I'm just going to download it in 720p. Click on download, and all of the animation that I've created, lalabas siya dito. Okay. Kalimutan ko, may question dito si Sir Joseph. Hindi ko ito nakalimutan na siguro nalagpasan ko lang. If PSD, sir, ang import layered also once drag in the camera. Yes. Ganito po. Sige, sagutin ko yung question na yan. Ganito. Ito yung MP4 natin kanina. As you would see here, MP4, di ba? So, click natin to. Whoops! Nakita nyo, di ba? Nandun lahat ng animation kanina. Okay. So, just to provide you a demonstration on this, I'm going to open Photoshop. Kasi may nagtanong ako, paano kung siya ay, meron ba ako nag-install na Photoshop ngayon o tinanggal ko siya? Kasi, ayan, meron akong Photoshop dito. Okay. Just for the sake of demonstration, di ko lang alam kung meron ba akong PSD file dito na nasa loob ng computer ko. Maghanap lang ako, hanap ako dito para makita nyo. I think hanapin ko lang, PSD. Kasi I want to answer that question, PSD file. Ayan. Meron ako syempre, pero hanap tayo nung appropriate na PSD file for this. Example, something that I did for an activity before, to recreate a poster for Blade Runner 2049. Tingnan natin. Dahil natin na maglo-load siya. Alam nyo naman, medyo mabagal ang unit natin kapag nagsasabay-sabay na lahat ng bagay. Especially this one is Photoshop beta. I'm doing a lot of testing right now. Yan. Tingnan natin, bukas lang to. Wait. If you could spare me a little bit more of like 5 minutes. Okay. So this is the file itself. As you would see here. Hindi pa lumalabas. I'm just going to drag it here para makita nyo sa screen ko. Lipat ko sa kabila. Ayan. So I have a layered file here. Tanggalin ko na muna yung question ni Sir Joseph para ma-appreciate nyo siya. Tanggalin ko na lang muna rin yung sarili ko. As you would see, yan. This is a layered file. Paano natin malalaman na layered file? Tingnan nyo dito yung pinaka-layers panel here. Diba? Kita nyo, layers. May layers tayo. Layers. Diba? Meron tayong layers dito. So what I can do right now is I'm just going to drag and drop this Photoshop file into Adobe Express. Let's go back sa Adobe Express here. And then go to start and import that file. Import lang natin yung file na yon by just drag and dropping. Nasaan na ba yung pinaka folder na yon? Where's that folder? Ayan. Example yan. Blade Runner. Ayan. So pwede kong drag and drop to. And drag and drop natin. Tingnan ko mangyari. Yan o. Start from your content. Teka. Malakihan ko yung screen na. Sorry. Lakihan ko yung screen kasi hindi maganda kita yung screen. Ayan. Okay. And then I'm just going to drag and drop it here. Para makita natin kung yan nakalagay dito. Convert PSD to Express file. You have two modes pwede nyo pagawin. Place PSD as link image. This will enable you to do round tripping or dynamic linking. Dynamic link yung gagawin niyo. In my case, I'm just going to convert the PSD into an Express file. Let's click on convert. And what happens here is that the actual PSD file will be converted into an Adobe Express file. Tapos mayroon siya mga layers sa ilalim po nun. Okay? Hintayin lang natin ng konti. Okay, so again, two methods that you can do. You can link the PSD image file para kapag binawa kayo sa Photoshop, tapos tinignan nyo sa Express, mag-reflect yun. Kasi it will save the Photoshop file as a PSD-C. Di ba? Photoshop Document Cloud. Yun po yung mangyayari doon. So, sabi dito, your Photoshop file has successfully converted, pero medyo mabagal siya. Tingnan natin ng konti. Hintayin natin. So, nakita nyo, may mga layers dito. Diba? Ano? So, it preserves all of this. Pero wala siyang naming. Wala siyang pangalan kasi hindi niya i-convert yung names to. Diba? Hintayin lang natin mag-load. So, I hope nasagot ko yung question. May konting problema kasi syempre yung font ata na ginamit ko doon ay hindi tumama doon sa nila ginamit ko sa Photoshop as you would see here. This one, ano ba font ginamit ko dito? Forgot. Text tool. Yan. So, ang ginamit ko dito ay Blade Runner movie font. Yung saktong ano yun. So, I'm just going to cancel this. As you would see here. Hindi siya lumabas kasi nga wala akong font nun. Pero all of those has been preserved into layers. Meron tayong layers dito. It's not 100% supported like lahat ng ginawa doon, but as you would see, yan. Because I export my elements layers PSD. Sige, well, thank you, sir. Because I export my layers PNG by one. Okay. I see the pain point. So what you can do right now is actually use this workflow. Gawin nyo na lang siya para hindi na kailangan one by one. Diba? You have to recreate them one by one. Hindi na po. Pwede pong ganun yung paraan. Just drag and drop. Enable Express to convert this as a Express file project. Easy. Diba? Bibilis yung ano yung trabaho. Okay? Ayan. So, I think I will just wrap up all of this. I just want to open another file para po dito sa ating just to wrap up all of this. I have an evaluation form. You can also watch the previous webinar that I did about working smarter using Adobe Acrobat Assistant. It was broadcasted or recorded last March 19. Nasa YouTube channel pa po namin yan. You can take advantage of the lectures that I did for that. If you want to use Acrobat for proficiency, using Acrobat AI Assistant, kindly do so. With that said, thank you for being here in this session. I'm just going to open my camera again and highlight my persona. Medyo nangitim ako ng konti. So, with that said, I'm just going to provide you more information on the next episodes that we're trying to do. We're going to have Adobe Firefly webinar similar to this one on on May pala, sa May. We're going to have something like that on May. And other topics in the process. Magkakaroon pa po tayo niyan. And for those who are watching this session, thank you for listening. Maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood. Almost an hour. O sobra pa. More than an hour for this session of getting started learning Adobe Express. And if you want to connect with me, you can easily check my LinkedIn profile, my social media pages in Facebook and other social media platforms. Feel free to do so. Send me a chat. And if you want to get an e-certificate, you can easily get this by using this link. Ang tawag dyan. If you go to bit.ly/getcert2025 and fill up the form, you can get an e-certificate from this session. So that's another gift. Ay, mali pa spelling ko, sorry. Mali yung spelling ko. Get Cert. Hindi siguro makiklik yan. Get Cert 2025. I'm just going to type it in again. Kamali ako ng type. bit.ly/get cert. Yan po. Okay? Get Cert 2025. Or you can use the QR code. Fill up the form on itself. Tapos, supply the appropriate information. Kasi pag mali yung nilagay yung information, hindi nyo makukuha yung certificate. Lalo na pag yung email niyo ay mali, hindi nyo makakuha yung inyong certificate. So, just kindly fill it up and then you can get the e-certificate for this session. Okay? Any questions for me as we part for this session or as we close this session for getting started learning Adobe Express? Maraming salamat po sa ating active viewers like si Sir Joseph Mirano, si Sir Christian Cañete, si Sir Big Start Siaton. Tama ba aking pagkakasabi? Big Start Siaton. Maraming salamat po. At yung sa mga hindi pa po, yung sa mga nanonood, ayaw nilang, we have I think some viewers here na hindi sila nagpapakilala. Okay lang po yan. Nandito rin si Gwen. Hi Gwen. Ayan. Okay? So looking forward to see you on the next session, which is extending creativity using Adobe Firefly. Okay? Maraming salamat po ulit sa panonood. And this is Roland Baños from Creative Nation Academy. I'll see you on the next one. Hi, Quinn. Sige. Thanks, Quinn. For closing, I'm just going to play some videos from Adobe. Maraming salamat po. Have a blessed Holy Week. Spend time with family. God bless you all and stay safe. Maraming salamat po. Bye.